2025 is the year I built it. Type it in the chat if you can hear me loud and clear because we're about to get to business. No time for play. It's time for business. It's time for business. Someone type 2025, the year I built it. Type it in the chat. 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 All right, great. 2025, the year I built it. Amazing. I like the energy. So, welcome again, everyone. My name is Lucky Elohor because I know that some people might be here and you don't know me. My name is Lucky Elohor. Some people know me as D2 Creator Chic. Some of you are already a part of my community. Some of you just saw the ad and you decided to sign up. Or maybe somebody sent it to you. I don't know. But whichever way you got here. And I want to say that welcome first of all because this is something that's going to change how you view your 2025 moving forward. So I'm also going to introduce myself. My name is Lucky Elohor. Like I've said, some people call me D2 Creator Chic, and what I do basically is I wear many hats. As D2 Creator Chic, I am a sales funnel and brand monetization expert. I help people launch their online courses, use funnels to scale their service businesses, their freelance and service skills. I also make sure that you're able to monetize your brand online. That's what I do as D2 Creator Chic. As Lucky Elohor, I'm a marketing and products, growth marketing and products professional. I'm currently the Chief Marketing Officer of ProKeep Africa, and we render like business solutions like inventory management, POS, and financial reports for businesses. That's what I do. So I wear many hats. These are just like some of the things that I do. And I have a community that is called the Grow Connect. And that community is to help people grow both professionally in marketing and business and also personally, like personal growth as well. So that's what I am in summary. I have, a lot of experience in different areas because I'm someone who likes to learn a lot. I learn a lot from experiences, from, my mentors and people around, and also from trainings that I have taken. I have several certifications from different universities, but actually, I studied biochemistry as an undergraduate, but I have certification in product marketing. I have certification in personal branding, content marketing, Facebook advertising, and so much more. And I've also been able to help my clients combine to generate over $1 million in sale, launching their online courses, their online programs, and their coaching programs. So, whatever I'm going to be telling you here today are not just things that I just picked from the internet. They're not just things that I'm just going to be talking about. So I have actually built businesses. I have, taken ideas from zero to hero, zero to 100. I have done the actual work, and I've also, championed, like collaborated, led teams who have done these amazing things, even in business. Also in my personal life, I've been able to also build structures around my personal life. So that's why I'm able to share this with you. So see this as me sharing my roadmap of how I've been able to build certain things in my life and my business and my career with you guys, and how this can shape your 2025 moving forward. This is how I started planning. I think I started this in 2023 and I kept improving it. And in 2025, I've even improved it better. And I'm going to be sharing with you all of that as we go on. All right. So before we get started, what is the agenda for this session? First, you have to understand. All right. You're going to understand what it means to build it. And then secondly, you have to identify. So you identify what you need to succeed in 2025. You're going to explore practical strategies and systems that you need to make these things happen. And then fourthly, you are going to create a roadmap to achieve your goals. So this is not a goal setting class. I think I said that before when I was, doing the marketing and promoting this session. It is not a goal setting class. I'm not coming here to tell you to set goals or set that goals, do that goal. That's not my job here today. My job here today is to help you create, to help you build a roadmap that can help you build stuff and create stuff in 2025 and beyond, of course. So before we go into the presentation, let's do an icebreaker activity. Um, you're going to tell me in the chat, what is one word that describes your goal for 2025? Just one word that describes your goal for 2025. Put it in the chat. What is one word that describes your goal for 2025? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. What is one word that describes your goal? I'm going to say my own, but put your own first. What is one word that describes your goal for 2025? Put it in the chat, guys. I'm going to say mine, but I will not say it now until you have put your own in the chat. I'm waiting. Where are you people? What is one word that describes your goal for 2025? People thinking, ha. You don't have a word, just one word. Thinking of everything you want to achieve. I will call you people out though. Build. Okay, Jethro says build. T-Lockbe, I think maybe it's T-Lockbe, says growth. Okay. Jethro says build. T-Lockbe says, or is it T-Lockbe says growth. Taiwo says growth in my personal development. The shepherd and the sheep says 10x. Cool. Well, my word for 2025 is legacy. Yeah. If you were at the Grow conference last year, I talked about, survivor, comfort, legacy. I talked about how I was in the comfort zone I was in the comfort stage in my business, and my goal is to get to legacy. And I will never even say funny how. I will say prophetically how. This is what I'm saying. I don't want to say funny. This year in church, the prophecy for this year, the theme for this year in my church is legacy. How profound is that? My goal for 2025 is legacy. How can I, build something that outlives me? That's what I want to start focusing on in 2025. And the prophecy for this year in my church is legacy. How profound is that? So I see evaluation. I think I like that. Evaluation, growth and progress. Love it. If you don't say recreation, great. Valentina says productivity. Now, I love all what you guys have said, and I like that it is coming from a place where you are. You have to get your word from your place. You can still say your word is legacy, but even if your word is legacy, in what area? Even if your word is legacy, the way I will be viewing legacy is not how you will view legacy, because it is different for all of us. I'm going to explain the 3 phases of business, and then we'll bring it there, and then we'll move to the next thing. Survivor is when you are in a phase where you're trying to survive. Like, how do I get clients? Make I just eat, get money to survive, to be able to pay my bills, to be able to live, to just be able to stay alive. You don't even care whether you're running. You don't care about running the business. Your own is, let me just get clients so that I can, pay. I was in that stage where I just want to get clients, make money so that I can live where I was cutting, so I can get my own place and I can just make ends meet, and so I can pay my bills. I was in that stage in one phase. That's survival. Then there is growth. There is comfort. Comfort is when you're now getting clients. You've now left that stage of, I'm looking for clients. You're now in the stage of, I want to maintain this client that I have. I just want to maintain the consistency, just continue to make my cool money. I'm living well. So clients is not my problem. I just want to now, okay, let me, start focusing, okay, how do I improve on this? How do I build this? How do I just get structure around what I'm doing? That's where most people start thinking about, okay, I'm now running a business. How do I make the business run? How can I, maybe I think I need a team. How can I scale? That's comfort stage. And that's a very deadly stage to be in, because that's the stage where you feel like, money is no longer a problem, so you can just be relaxed, and if you're not careful, you will be stunted there. So I was in comfort stage. Even last year, I didn't care about social media growth. From 2022, after I lost my social media, I just entered into comfort stage because I even started getting clients. I have clients. I didn't have any. So for 2 years, I was in comfort stage. I was stuck there because I was comfortable. I was getting clients. I'm okay. I'm not looking for anything. So I was satisfied, right? But last year I started thinking, like, hello, you have been stuck here, even your followers, everything. You don't have plan for all this. You are just there, you're just comfortable. I'm just like, okay, how can I, make my business to run smoothly? How can I create structures around my business? How can I do this? How can I do so? I'm sharing this with you so that you will know that whatever stage you are, you you have to just make sure that you even first of all realize where you are first before you can also say I'm going here, right? Even though I was in comfort stage, don't get me wrong, I was doing some legacy activities. Yes, I started the Grow Conference since 2021, even though then I was still between survival and comfort. But I started the Grow Conference in 2021. That was a form of legacy, but I didn't make any meaning of it because I didn't even know where it was going to head. So 21, 2022, 2023, 2024. Now 2025, I have a better clarity. And now I'm switching the Grow Conference. I'm taking the Grow Conference out of Digital Creator Chick into something else because now I have better clarity. And now my own form of legacy is another level. I'm no longer thinking of comfort or survivor. In fact, overall, I'm not even longer even thinking of just making profit or just making money. So that's why I say my word for the year is legacy, and it just also aligns with the prophetic word from church as well. So I like her beyond limits. Great. I like that. So you have to be realistic with yourself and just understand where you are. So based on everything I've shared, where do you think you are? This can also apply to your life. It's not only business, it can apply to your life, your business. Do you think you're in survivor? Are you in comfort, or are you in legacy? It's okay. There's no, I shared with you guys, I've been through all those phases. Are you in survivor, comfort, or legacy? And the beautiful thing about legacy that it is continuous. Like once you start thinking of legacy, you can just keep getting to different levels of legacy. There are different levels of legacy. Survivor, great, Daniel. That's also fine. That's also fine to be in survivor. Okay, fine. It's good to be in survival. Now that you've identified that you're in survival, I want you to know that, to tell yourself that I will not remain in survival. That's why you need to know where you are, and then you are aiming. This is where I'm aiming for. I'm aiming for comfort. I'm aiming for legacy, so that you will start thinking in that. Because if you just restrict your mind to survival, you will be stuck there. So that's why I shared this, so that you can know that you don't have to remain in survival. There's something more than that, and you can work towards that. So now that you're in survival, you can start making comfort steps. Like, okay, my own is okay. I want to get clients. I want to ensure that I'm making money to survive and pay my bills. But in the process of doing that, you can start working on your clients' onboarding process. Start delivering on results. Because when you start delivering on results, making sure that you deliver well for your clients, you slowly start to get into comfort, because those clients will now trust you. They will easily want to trust you and keep coming back to you. You slowly start getting into comfort. So because you're in survival doesn't mean that you cannot start thinking about comfort. And because you're in comfort doesn't mean that you cannot start thinking about legacy. In fact, I was in survival when I started doing things of legacy, but I didn't see it as legacy then because I didn't even know what it was. I was doing IG live series, giving back, doing the Grow Conference. I was in I was in survivor, then I moved to comfort, and I was still doing that. And then eventually now I am transitioning fully into legacy. So I was already doing legacy even before now, but not so much, and I didn't even realize it. But now imagine that you have this knowledge, and you're already empowered, you already know. You will start doing things even more strategically. All right, so now let's move on. Take out all distractions. This is your warning. This might be a lot. You're about to enter into a lot, but when you come out from that a lot, you're going to get into something better. Have an open mind. I don't want to say, what is I'm saying? Oh my God, what is this one? Have an open mind. Whatever I'm saying is not cast in stone. You can always tweak it and make it your own way, right? That's why I like to do case studies a lot. I like to do practical stuff. My teachings are always practical because It's not one size fits all. If you get what I mean, yeah. Then don't pack up after the call. After this call, don't just pack up. You have to go back and continue the work that we're going to start here. All right. Then don't stop just because the first few times didn't work out. Don't stop just because the first few times didn't work out. Started the Grow Conference in 2021 as an IG Live series. 2022, I did it as IG Live series, and I lost all my digital footprint, Instagram, Facebook, and all of that. Then 2023, that taught me a lesson. And so I moved the Grow Conference to YouTube, and there was a registration. That's where the name the Grow Conference came from. In 2024, I had a physical event for the Grow Conference. And that was the first time ever I reached out to sponsors to sponsor the event. And we only got a few sponsors. And even the got a few sponsors with, small amount of money. But again, I'm coming back again this year. I'm like, we go again. Because I'm not going to let that say, oh, no, people did not really sponsor last year. Let's just relax. Nah, I'm not going to do that. And this is January. The Grow Conference is in June. And we've secured our first headline sponsor. Because I didn't just say, oh, okay, I failed a few times. Nobody answered me. The same people I reached out to last year, I'm reached out to them again this year, and they're becoming our head sponsor. They're our headline sponsor, and they're paying 8x what they offered last year. 8x what they offered last year is what they gave this year. So what am I trying to say? Don't stop just because the first few times didn't work out. So what you're about to enter into right now is a lot, but that a lot will take you into the place where you build, which is the year that you are in. Are you getting me? Do you get it? Do you get it? Are we following? Are you guys ready? We're about to enter into the fire. Are you guys ready? Great. Yeah, God is good. God is good. God is good. All right. Now, what does it mean to build it? I know it's fancy to say 2025, the year I built it. Don't stop because the first few times it didn't work out. Absolutely. 2025, the year I built it. What does it mean to build? What does building? Building is creating, shaping, and scaling something meaningful. It can be your career, it can be business, it can be your skills, it can be your personal brand, it can even be your ministry, it can even be anything that God has laid in your hands to do. So building it, say 2025 is a year I build it, could be that is a year you create something new, is a year you shape something that you already have, you reshape it and get better clarity, or is a year you scale something that is already running. But it has to be something that is meaningful. And it can be your career, it could be your business, it could be your skills or your personal brand. It could be your dream. That dream that you've ever wanted to do, you pack it aside like, oh, I beg, I don't have time. You will never have time. In December 2024, I met a friend, and I'm going to talk about association as we go on. I went out with a friend. Usually I have like different types of friend, and all my friends have different roles in my life. This particular friend, anytime I talk to her like this, is like I used to have direction, like clarity. Even if you just say hi for 5 minutes, I will always pick something out of it. We don't always talk. Sometimes months, for 2 months, 3 months, we've not talk. But any day we talk or we see ourselves. So we talked, and an idea that I had in my mind that I was thinking that I will execute in 2030, after speaking with her, in just 20 minutes, that idea became like, I realized I could actually start that idea small in this 2025. And then I went back home that day. I couldn't sleep. I created a roadmap of how I am going to start in 2025 instead of waiting for 2030. That was when I realized that you can actually start. So that big dream that you feel like, oh, is a lot. I need money first. I need this one first. You can actually start doing them this year, this 2025. And that's what we're going to be talking about. So you need to understand what it means to build it first before you say 2025 is the year I built it. You don't know what are you building? So what does it mean to build it? Now you know what does it mean to build it? You know what that definition is. What does it require in order for you to build it? What is the requirement? I have some pictures here. You see the architects, looking at a map, trying to like draw out the design of a house. You see when they are building stuff, and then you see something that is completed. A lot of work goes into building, like building an actual building, no matter how small the building is, whether it's one shop or a bungalow, a duplex, or a skyscraper. No matter what the building is, a lot of work goes in. Now, if you don't do the work that you need to put in to build correctly, you either don't build correctly, or you build and then you get stuck, or you can build and then you fall off. You can't scale. That is why you need to understand what it requires to build. And the first thing is, what is your vision? What do you want to achieve? So let's start. Let me use using the house thing. So if I want to build a skyscraper, for example, I have to have that vision. Like, I want to build it. I cannot just go and meet somebody and say I want to build a house. So you cannot just say 2025, I want to build. What are you building? What do you want to achieve? I can't say I want to build a house. You want to build a house, it means that you're not building anything, guy. So I can come specifically, I want to build a skyscraper, or I want to build a duplex with five or with 10 with 10 rooms, with 3 parlors, 2 parlors, or with this one, with that one. I want to build a skyscraper with this, will be that. That's one. You need to have the vision. What do you want to achieve? Okay, this skyscraper that I want to build, what do I want it to be like? Oh, I want residential houses to be inside. I also want, event center to be inside. I want this one to be here. That's the vision. Number 2 is action. Number 2, after the vision, action. Consistent steps towards your goal. Now you know what you want to build. You need to identify what it takes now to achieve that goal. Using this building that is here, if I say I want to build a skyscraper, I cannot just go and hire builders and say, oh yeah, come and start digging foundation for skyscraper. No. There have to be a roadmap. I have to get an architect. Architect is not even where it even starts first. The land. We survey, do all those one, get an architect. See, an architect, they do the land, not be architect, they survey land. We get the surveyor. I'm not gonna know my me, I not be, but I don't know why I'm using house to do this example. But we get somebody who get the land, somebody who survey to make sure that this land is good to build a skyscraper. Then the architect who will not say, okay, oh yeah, this is what you want to achieve. But you need this number of room, number of this, number of that. That we now draw out the plan. Like, this is how it's going to look like. Before you now say, okay, let's go and get the builders. Before you now go and get what are the materials that you need to build? Right? And sometimes, this is even the funny thing, sometimes you don't have to have a clear picture of everything. But you have to start from the first step, which is, first of all, understanding that, first of all, getting the clarity that this land can hold a skyscraper first. Because if you miss it from there, you go and get a land that is waterlogged, that even you go fill, do foundation don't go strong for skyscraper. Even though you can't get architect draw the perfect plan. You keep pumping money, doing the foundation, doing it to be strong, to be able to hold a skyscraper. Eventually, you might give up. And even if you build it, it will fall over time. I've seen houses that after 10 years, they start having crack on the wall. If you give those houses more time, those houses will collapse. Where did the problem start from? The land, the foundation, it could be anything. So what do you want to build? What's your vision? What do you want to achieve? What are you building? What do you want to achieve with this thing that you want to build? What is the vision that you see? Now, what is the consistent step towards this vision? So we're like, okay, this vision I see, these are like the steps that I need to take. You need to first of all know the steps first. Even though you don't know what each step, the details thing you need for each step, you need to first of all know what each step will take you. Then later you can now start breaking down each step, break it down. But you need to first of all know what each step will be. Like, you want to be the skyscraper, you need to know that this land needs to be surveyed. You need to have an architect. You need to do this. Then once you now have those steps, that's okay. Let's start with getting the land and surveying first. More could leave architects and builders and all those things. More leave blocks and all those things first. You now get a land. You survey the land, you buy the land. Okay, we don't buy land. Oh yeah, before we start building, oh yeah, let's go and meet architects. Land go wait. You go and meet architects. Architects, okay, what is the thing that is in your mind? Architect will start giving you, the designs, the different things. Okay, you don't complete. Now you see how even though you had the whole picture, the whole vision in your mind, you are not trying to take them all at once. You're not even trying to figure them out all at once. You start going step by step. That's what it takes to build it. That's what it means to build it. Now, the final requirement that it takes to build it, resilience. You have to persevere despite challenges, because challenges will come. Now you go and buy the land, they survey it, no mean say wahala fit no come. Omonile wahala fit come. Omonile means landowners. That's something you did not plan for. Or it could be that the surveyor might have made a mistake, could make a mistake or something, or you were lied to, or something happened. Challenges will come, but you need to be ready to push through and persevere through those challenges. That's what it takes. Because if a money like I say, oh yeah, get out, I don't sell this land, no, but you get them, you're not of the land, then you leave it, you will not build. Though, are we following? What are the 3 requirements if you really want to build it? Drop it in the chat. What are the 3 requirements to build it? Drop it in the chat. Are you guys following? Did they enter? Is it entering? While you're dropping in the chat, share this link on your stories, in your groups, on your status, and get people to show up to join this conversation. Share this to your friends. It won't cost you anything to share it with them. Are we following? If I don't hear from you, I'm not going to answer people. Are we following? Okay, I can see. We are following 100, vision, action, resilience. Great. Now let's move on to the next thing, right? I want you to write down the things you want to build in 2025. You can see this picture here that is showing team building. It shows you that no matter what you want to build, a lot of things are involved. So this team building, if you want to build a team, leadership skill is needed. Training, you need to have a goal. Motivation is needed. Collaboration, cooperation, communication is needed. So no matter what you're building, you need to do the work. So I want you to write down things, though you don't have to put it in the chat. Write it down in your book, because I told you guys to bring your writing materials. Write down the things you want to build in 2025. What do you want to build in 2025? Now, what you want to build can be a product that you want to launch in 2025. It can be a business that you want to launch. It could be your career that you want to build. It could be an initiative that you want to build. Remember, building is creating something, scaling something, shaping something. So building can take different forms. So don't just say, okay, building, what can I write down? What are the things you want to build in 2025? If I rephrase that question, what are the things you want to achieve in 2025? So you can categorize them. Like for me, that I have a business, I have a day job, and I also have like my ministry project that God has called me to. So I break them down into those categories. So for my business, what do I want to build in my business? For my career, what do I want to build in my career? So in my career, it will be like, what are the milestones I want to achieve this year at my day job and my career? For my business, what are the key things I want to launch? For my ministry, what are the things that I want to do this year? Because those things are building. So write them down. Have we done that? Anybody wants to share? Who is bold enough to share? Let me drop the link for you to join this call. Who is bold enough to share? Okay, the first person to join with the link that is in the chat, I'll bring the person up and you can share. and I will use your stuff to do example. Vision consistent with structure and perseverance despite challenges. Amazing. Who is bold enough to share? If you don't want to share, we'll move on. Who's bold enough to share?
What do you want to?
All right, let me know. I want to share. The link is in the chat. So use the link in the comments to join the call, and I'll add you to the call. I already dropped the link in the comments. Olayinka. So just click on that. It will take you out of YouTube into the backstage. All right, so let's move on while we're waiting for her to come. Now, what does it require to build it? You have that. Hmm? Now, the key mindset for building it is not enough to say, I have the vision. I know that I have to persevere. I know that I I have to, take action and stuff. You need the right mindset if you want to build it. Now, I have two mindset here. I will show you what these two mindset means as we go on. The first one, the one in blue says, failure is an opportunity to grow. I can learn to do anything I want. Challenges help me to grow. My effort and attitude determine my abilities. Feedback is constructive. I am inspired by the success of others. I like to try new things. That's what Mr. Blue thinks. Mr. Black thinks failure is the limit of my abilities. I am either good at it or I'm not. My abilities are unchanging. I can either do it or I can't. I don't like to be challenged. My potential is predetermined. When I'm frustrated, I give up. Feedback and criticism are personal. I stick to what I know. Now, what mindset will you go for? Are you Mr. Blue or Mr. Black? Or Mr. Is it Mr. Black? Maybe Mr. Brown. Let's be sincere to ourselves. Mr. What are you? Blue or black? Shade are black, but this a bit gray. Blue or gray? You are Mr. Blue or what? So we have two people at the backstage. While you are sharing what Mr. you are, let's bring them on board. Hi, Offrey. Hi. You're now on stage. You can unmute. Hello. Okay, someone say I'm Mr.
Hi,
Blue.
good
Hi. Hi.
evening.
Hi. How you doing?
I'm fine. How about you?
I'm okay. I'm okay. Hi, David. How you doing? Good evening. All right. So, Offrey, share with us what are some of the things you've written down that you say you want to achieve in 2025?
Okay, so in 2025, I want to build my personal brand to become an authority social media management and to become like a go-to expert in the industry. I also want to scale my social media management business and go into consulting for brands. And I want to launch my initiative called Future Play. It's for the girl child. And lastly, therefore, I wrote
Okay.
down I want to um start my content creation agency. Yeah.
Mm. So how will you classify that? How is the social media management
Okay.
different
So
from the content agency?
okay. They are both under career for me. Those two are both under my career. While yeah, the personal branding too is also under career. Or I don't know if it's separate. If personal branding can be separated from career, but ultimately it's what will lead to scaling through my
Okay. So social media
while
management,
the
authority, building authority, and
yeah,
getting clients for that. And then the content creation agency is going to be a different brand, right?
yes, it is.
and then your initiative. So these are like the things that you want to do. So the personal brand also connects to the social media agency, if you ask me. So the personal brand, the
Yeah.
social media agency, getting clients and all of that, that's one, right?
Okay.
Then content
Yeah.
creation agency, that's another one that you want to build. And then your girl child initiative is another one. All right, cool. Cool, cool, cool. I'm going to come to you, but you can also remain on the call while the session is going on. And then when we get to the part where I need to do the examples, I'll bring you on board. All right. So
Okay.
next person, David, please share. What are your goals?
All right, good evening, everyone. Okay, my goals as it is written, I have it separated into skills and profession, finance, then academics goal, then my improve my personal startup. That's the spotlight of. So basically, those are the ways I actually classify them as myself. Then the part of skill is just like upgrade my skill to the point that I can be able to get financial independence to finance every other aspect of the things that I'm actually building.
Okay. The academics, okay?
Yeah, the academics is there because it my goal is to actually attain a particular level in my final year.
Okay. Then the startup. What's your goal
Yes.
for the startup? What are you building for the startup?
Yes, my goal okay, my goal
What
for
are
the
you, because
startup
now it
is
says
to
startup. Yes, you
actually
are building your
start
startup, right? Sorry to cut you.
a
Can
particular
you hear me?
phase we are in, so- yes, I can hear you.
So you are building your startup, but what are you building for your startup?
Okay, what I'm currently building for my startup is spotlighting people. Yeah, that's the phase we are on currently. That's interviewing people like startup founders. Yeah, startup founders. That's basically what we are, the phase we are on currently, and then sharing them more on social media platforms. That's increasing our social media engagement and sharing more. Hello, can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you now. You got cut off a little bit, but I can hear you now. Okay. Titi, please, can you go while Mr. Daniel fixes? I think I get his point. So, Titi, you can
Hi,
go. Hi.
hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening. You can go on.
Yeah. Okay,
What are your
the
goals? What are
thing,
you building?
this year I'm building a team. I'm building a team for my business because I'm into production. I'm into
Okay.
manufacturing, so I'm building a team, and I'm building an online course. Like I want people to be able to learn how to make bags online. Like
Okay.
people can buy the course on any, they can register anywhere in the world. Then I'm also building like a training space, a physical training space where people can travel down. Like we have like a training institute where people can come from anywhere. We have hostels for male and female and all of that.
Oh,
Then
that makes sense.
yes, and I'm also building myself. So I'm looking at joining a community. Like I'm looking at joining DSI this year. So
Okay.
these are my highlights that I
All
have
right,
in
great. Great.
checklist.
Thank you so much for sharing. Now, now that I have this, I'm going to use them to make examples. So everybody that shared with me, because I want this to be very practical so you can see how it works. If I need you guys to come back up, I'll bring you guys back up, then we move. Right? For now, I have some things that I would start using as examples moving forward. So we'll use David, Ofure, and TT to make examples. Now, going back to the key mindset, we've talked about what building it means, what it requires. Now, what mindset do you need to actually build it? What mindset do you need to build it? You need Mr. Blue mindset. I've seen some people doing Mr. Black. That's okay. To be honest, it is okay to have Mr. Black mindset. That's why you are here, right? It's okay. Nobody's judging you. Even me, I'm not judging you. I used to have Mr. Black mindset, right? So Mr. Black mindset is called the fixed mindset or scarcity mindset. However, if you want to build it in 2025, you need to drop it. You need to drop that mindset and focus on opportunities, not limitation. Mr. Blue mindset is the growth mindset. If you want to build it in 2025, you need to embrace the growth or abundant mindset. You need to believe that there's enough success for everyone. Yes, I know it's easier said than done. Sometimes I'm Miss Black, sometimes I'm Miss Blue. Good. So you need to start consciously doing this. Me, I used to be a lot of Miss Black, but 2025, 2024 taught me a lot of things, right? When I got the idea to do the Grow Conference as a physical event, the only amount I had in my bank account then was 1 million naira. 1 million naira was the only thing I had in my bank account. When I was like, oh, let me do Grow Conference as physical event, and it's going to be free. Nobody's paying for anything, free, and I'm going to. How do I want to do it? I didn't know. But at that point, that was when I started to realize that I need your mindset has a lot. I was so determined, like for some reason, I didn't have any doubt. I was so determined that I wanted to do it and make it physical. My own is once I'm able to just raise the money for the hall, every other thing will rug it down. And to be honest, God came through for us. Even though we didn't have sponsors as we thought we would, God came through and that event happened. Out of pocket. Every money I spent on the Grow Conference was out of pocket. Thank God for, some of my mentor supported and people who volunteered and stuff. But 90% of the money for the Grow Conference came out of pocket. But I realized that when I had so it was from church, the team, the prophecy for last year in church was occupy, go and occupy. So when I just got that word, I just grabbed it. I was like, I'm going to occupy. I'm going to do the Grow Conference as a physical event. I was not thinking about anything else. I was not thinking, hello, you don't have money. Blah, blah. Next thing, I ran, go to look for hall. I had the amount of the hall in my head. I was okay, I only have 1 million naira. I paid half in that January. Like, I paid part of the hall money, like, reserve this space for me. I will pay the rest. That was the only thing. I realized that when I had that mindset of I wasn't thinking of, okay, how will I get him? I wasn't thinking of it. I was able to do a lot of things last year. And so this year, that fear, that Miss Black mindset started coming again. We are on the 5th. Today is the 5th. But the Miss Black mindset started coming again. And so this is how I now tackle it. So whenever it comes, I tell myself, no, hello, you cannot be thinking like this. How about you start thinking like this? So that's how you start to overcome that mindset. You have to consciously, it's not about saying, okay, I will start. It will come. The fixed mindset will come. Even the strongest people, even people that, see, the strongest people in this world, I see that they are thriving. Sometimes this fixed mindset comes in. But you now have to actively say, no, when it comes. I know how the fixed mindset has come to me. I think on Saturday, I was having a fixed mindset. And then I just say, no, hello, snap out of what's this rubbish? What's this rubbish? I just brought myself back. So the reason why I'm telling you this is so that you will know that this is something you can do. So when the mindset comes, you tell it off. That way you slowly start to cultivate the growth mindset. So this is a mindset that you need if you want to build in 2024. 2025, I beg your pardon, because if you don't believe that you can never do it. If you start to question, to say, oh, how will I do it? But I don't have the money. You will not push yourself to even bother to find the money because you've already zeroed your mind that you don't have the money. That's the problem with the fixed mindset. But when you have a growth mindset, even though you know that you don't have money, so it's not like audio, it's not like you are trying to deceive yourself. You're not trying, this is not delulu. Because some of you will be saying, what's the need of deceiving yourself? Just be truthful to yourself. No, this is not delulu matter. This is not a matter of delulu or being truthful or not being truthful. This is a matter of this is a matter of conditioning. You see how children will grow up. Children don't have evil in their mind. But you see a child growing up. I didn't know what malice is until I was in GSS2. I didn't grow up with the mindset of malice. But the day I started keeping malice was when some of my friends will move to a different state. And so there's some people there, the children said that we offended them, and then they stopped talking to us. I was not like, stop talking to us. We'll try to go and talk to them, we'll not talk to us. Usually, how I grew up, if I offend you, we'll go fight, everybody will go inside. Later, we'll come outside again, we'll start playing. But in GSS2, before you know, they said they are keeping malice with us. I was like, hey, what malice? What's malice? I didn't know. And then I got conditioned. And I started thinking, oh, if somebody makes you angry and you fight, you don't talk to the person again. And slowly started becoming a condition to me. That's what the fix and the growth mindset is all about. It's a conditioning. It's not delulu to be saying, okay, I can do it. Because when you've conditioned your mind, you don't try. But when you begin to recondition your mind and say, okay, well, I may not have the money, but how can I get this money out? You are now conditioning your mind and you're putting yourself in a place where you can now start thinking of ways of how that money can come out. You start pushing yourself to say, this money has to come out. This year I said to myself, God willing, that by God's grace, I'm not going to fund the Grow Conference out of pocket. And when I said that, I started asking myself, for you to say this, how is it going to happen? There are times where, most times, yes, you have to leave I will talk about the God factor, where you have to give God the will to take over. But again, you also have to make sure that you have built the right structures in place for God to take over. You cannot just say, okay, I will not do the Grow Conference out of pocket, and then you just sit down. That is the Lulu. But if you say, I will not do the Grow Conference out of pocket, and then you commit it into the hands of God, right? And then you ask God for direction, and you start creating structures of how you can get people to support the conference, then that's not the Lulu. That's growth mindset. So I'm trying to explain this so that you understand what I'm trying to talk about. So this is not matter of, you're just talking. I don't talk fluff. I talk practical stuff, things that you can apply. I don't want you to leave here and then you cannot apply it in your life and you're just there. Nah, that's not how I roll. If you know me, you know that I don't do that. Now, there's an exercise here on the screen, right? So under scarcity mindset, who can tell me what they see? Under scarcity mindset, what do you see? Under this place that is written scarcity mindset, what can you see there? And under this place that's written abundance mindset, what can you see there? Under it, what can you see? Just tell me the first thing that comes to your mind. Don't overthink it. Under scarcity mindset, what can you see? Under abundance mindset, what can you see? The first thing that comes to your mind, type it in the chat. Type it in the chat. What can you see? Procrastination for scarcity mindset. Okay. Then abundance mindset, what can you see? Offer say procrastination for scarcity mindset. Interesting. Taking action for abundance mindset. Okay. Okay. That's good. Scarcity, what if it doesn't work? Okay. How about abundance? So remember, scarcity mindset is blank. Abundance mindset is blank. But what can you see? Anxiety for scarcity mindset. Great. Scarcity mindset, I've tried this before and it didn't work. So make I just rest. Love it. I love like the different expressions that people are using to describe this. Abundance mindset, I will learn, ask for help, and do it again. Perfect. I love the different expressions that you guys are using to explain this. That's it. So these two blank places that you can see, they are like empty rooms. Somebody with scarcity mindset, we get into the empty room and we say, this empty room, what is I do? You can just sit there in the room or even just walk away. But somebody with abundance mindset, we enter into that empty room and say, well, this room is empty. But a bed, if a bed stays here, it's going to be nice. And if a TV stays here, it's going to be nice. And then a couch can stay here. And then a reading table can stay here. And then a rug can stay here. That's abundance mindset. Even though you don't have the money to do all those things. Now you've thought about it. Okay, so what do I need to now bring in here first? Okay, let me bring the bed first. How do you not get a bed? And you know the beautiful thing about abundance mindset? The universe always finds a way to now show you opportunities. I'm going to be talking about attentiveness as we go. I'll talk about attentiveness. What if I fail? What do people think? What will people think of me? Power to try, no matter how many times I fall. Great. Scarcity mindset, I don't have the skills, so I can't do it. Abundance mindset, I don't have the skills, but I can learn. Perfect. I love the different expressions everybody's using. The way the universe works is you can, because you have that abundance mindset, that growth mindset, you've thought about all the different things that can be inside this room, your eyes will start seeing those things or opportunities that will bring those things to you. They call it the law of attraction, even though I don't believe in that, but that's how it works. Or when you think about a car, oh, I want to get a car, before you know, start seeing cars that you like. And you'll be like, okay, what's happening? I love the different expressions everybody has shared. So right here, I want you to reflect. What scarcity thoughts are holding you back? All the things that you've written down that you say you want to build this year, what scarcity thoughts are holding you back? Then what is one action to shift to abundance thinking? What is that one action you will take to shift to abundance thinking? What scarcity thoughts are holding you back? And based on each of those thoughts, what is one action to shift to abundance will you take? Will you start thinking about? Let me explain. I'm going to tell you. One scarcity mindset that I used to have. One scarcity mindset I used to have is that I'm a very shy person. People don't believe it, but I still say it. I am shy. Like, I am very shy. So I don't know how to talk to people. Like, if I see you in real life, I cannot come to you and start the conversation and say, hi, hey. I can't. In many occasions, even when I was in the uni, I never raised my hand and stand up and say, I want to answer a question. Except the lecturer calls me, like, pick me out and say, Lord, answer the question. I will now answer. But on my own, I don't have the courage to stand up to answer or the courage to walk up to you and say, hello. When I noticed it, that's a scarcity mindset, and I'm like, oh, I'm shy, I started to recondition myself into a growth mindset. I'm like, okay, I don't still have the courage to walk up to somebody, but how can I start a conversation? So one action step that I now started taking is look for opportunities to start that conversation. So one way that I do it is if I go for events and I'm sitting close to you and I'm like, okay, I can connect with you. What I do is I start contributing in that event. See that I start contributing, like maybe as the person on stage is talking, I can be throwing side notes, like based on my opinions, like, oh my God, wow, this is so true. And the person sits with me, I'll be like, yeah, that's true. Before you know, I'm like, hello, conversation don't start. But I am shy. I can never say hello first. It's not pride. Even during the Grow conference, I was shy. I was so scared. I didn't even know I went up to that stage. But I told myself, the growth mindset that I developed was that when I get there, act like nobody's in that room. And that was exactly what I did. How I got on the stage at the Grow conference to do all of those things, I didn't see anybody. After the Grow conference, I'll be like, oh, I was at the Grow conference. I'll be like, oh, were you there? On that day, I didn't see anybody. I only just made sure that, okay, my speakers are here. I was not seeing anybody, no vex. Because if I had said, oh, I'm shy, I will not do the Grow conference. Yes, I'm talking now, I'm doing all of this because people are not seeing me in real life. But in real life is different from what you're talking on webinar. So I had to, so now what I'm now trying to say is, what is that scarcity mindset that's holding you? It could be that you've set your goals, you've written the financial goal that you have for this year, you'll be like, this thing, you go work. So there's a thin line between being realistic to yourself and a thin line between having a fixed mindset. You cannot make 5 million last year and then this year you say you want to make 100 million. How? That's delulu. That's not that's not growth mindset, please. But you can say, okay, I made 5 million last year, right? Ideally, if I made 5 million last year, I can double that and make 10 million. And I say, okay, I can actually push myself 3 times harder and say, okay, I can make 20 million or 15 million. That's not delulu. That's growth mindset. Delulu is when you made 5 million last year and this year you say you want to make 100 million. How? That's delulu. So you need to understand the thin line between delulu and growth mindset. Are we following? So have we done the exercise? Have we written it down? Have we written that? Have we done the exercise? Let's move on to the next thing. The next thing, if you want to build it in 2025, is attentiveness and the God factor. Oh, God showed me a lot last year. I learned so much about God last year. I learned so much. And when you have the God factor, attentiveness comes automatically because you start to listen and you start to pay attention. It's not just your surrounding, to the conversations you're having, to the meanings that are coming out of all these things. You start paying attention to how God speaks to you. God speaks to me when I have conversations with people. I started paying attention to that towards late 2023. And 2024, I even paid more attention. I was so attentive that I started to get a lot of ideas that I'm even planning to, I'm implementing now in 2025. You need to be attentive. This presentation that I'm having now, I got the whole presentation while I was in church this morning. As at when I created the team, I know what I want to talk towards. I know what I want to say, but I didn't create a slide or any talking point because I'm like, no, I'll wait. I want to pay attention. Do you know that when I created this 2025, the year I built it program, the webinar, the goal was not to put it out there. The goal was just to do the flyer, put it in the Grow Connect community, and we'll just do the live and everybody goes. But then I shared it on my WhatsApp status, and then somebody now asked me, hello, how do I register? I want to register. I want to be in this room. Ideally, when someone asks me how do I register, I send them to join the Grow Connect community. But then while that person asked me that question, I ignored them for like a week. I didn't respond because I didn't have the answer. Because I was like, no, I don't send this person to the Grow Connect. Why? How did I know that? I was attentive to what's happening around me. Then a week after that, I just said to God, I beg, how will I do this? A week after that, God just dropped this in my spirit. Go and create a Google form. Ask questions in this Google form. You will need it. I just sat down, created a Google form. I came up with the link and then I sent the link to the person and said, this is how you can register. And then I took the link and I started sharing it around social media. Fill the form. You could actually attend this call without even filling the form. But the purpose of that link was so that by the time I prepared this, it's going to actually solve the things that you really want. That's where attentiveness and the God factor come in. You need to pay attention to your surroundings. Pay attention to the opportunities around you. Opportunities might be around, but because you're not attentive, you're just everywhere. Yeah. Everything should not be yeah for you. In this life, in this 2025, everything should not just be yeah. When you have conversations with people, go back and reflect on the conversation. You might pick something that will take you to your next level. When you go somewhere, something is happening, start paying attention to things that are happening around you. Opportunities. The God factor. Trust in divine guidance. You have to trust in God. You have to improve on your work with God. If not, you're just going to be doing things from the top of your head. See, the spiritual controls the physical. Whether you agree or not, that's your business. Whether you agree or you don't agree, people that are walking in the middle of the night, they are walking. People that are going to Babalawo house, they are going. People that are going anywhere. So put your faith where your mouth is. I mean, that's how they say. Put your faith where your mouth is. You need to have a God factor in your life. You think social media is play? When I started showing up on social media, there's something that God told me not to ever do on social media. To be blasting, how much I make or how much I've made on social media. I rarely talk about how much I make. The only time I shared some screenshots about the money that I made was when I wanted to push the Profitable Funnel Retreat, which is a 10-week retreat in 2024. And I even shared screenshots of past years, not the current one. So if you go to the page, you see a screenshot of, so in 2024, I was sharing screenshot of 2022, 2021, and some of 2023. I was not sharing screenshot of 2024 because that's something that I have had the leading not to do. So when you have the God factor, there are certain things that you will not want to jump on. People say, oh, 100 people have bought my course, 1,000 people, 10,000 people have bought my course. People do that. But is it wrong? No, it's not wrong. But if you have the God factor, you're paying attention to your surroundings, that might be something that you should not do. There are things happen, people go to juju, carry juju for people. So this social media, me, I did the social media. You think it's only in physical shops that people used to do juju for themselves? You see the social media. You see the social media. See the social media that we are in. So it's only you that is making sales. It's only you that is making sales in the social media. I'm coming for you. Yes, personal consecration. You need to have a God factor if you want to build it in 2025. Because if you don't have a God factor, there is going to be a problem, like a big problem. There's more beyond what the physical. Yes. So if you're just living your life, that you just wake up, you eat, you sleep, you wake up, and that's it for you, there is a problem, a big problem with that. Don't just, in 2025, if you want to build it, don't just live your life. We used to say that, oh, what is the strategy? Know what your competitors are doing. Know your unique selling proposition. Sometimes it's beyond the ordinary eyes. The only person who can give you the most creative ideas in this life is God. So have your God factor. Have your personal consecration. That's how you can build it. That's how you can know what you will do outside. Does that mean that you should not do your competitive analysis? Let's say you want to, for the person who is running a startup, right, where you're interviewing startup founders. There are already people already interviewing startup founders. Does that mean that you should not do your competitive analysis? Do your competitive analysis. Look at them. What are people who are interviewing startup founders doing? Know what they are doing. Then you go to your God factor, your personal concentration. Go and ask him, say, God, oh, this is what people are doing. This is the idea that I have. How can I make my own stand out? Sometimes creativity is not ordinary. Sometimes your uniqueness is not ordinary. The most creative ideas comes from God, yes. So you need to have a personal consecration and you need to pay attention to opportunities. So I need to be opportunity ready. I'll come back to talk about that. Let's move on to the next thing. I can see opportunities to fill up the blank spaces. Great. Okay, this person is still following from blank spaces. You're behind though. All right, so we're going to do an exercise now. How can faith fuel your journey in 2025? Answer that question. You don't have to put it in the chat. You can answer yourself. How can faith fuel your journey in 2025? Yeah, skill is not enough. Yes, you need to have the skill. You need to be good at what you do. But again, you need to have the God factor. I was sharing how we've had, like, this is January, the Grow Conference is in June. We've gotten like our first sponsor and they're our headline sponsor and all of that. How it happened, it was just divine direction. There's an instruction God gave me when we entered the new year, even though I was so lazy about it. I eventually dragged my feet, and did that instruction from the second to the third. And then after I completed that obedience, that sponsorship came in. So what am I saying? There is a place for God. Don't think that everything is strategy. Even God self, a place for God should be God should be your strategist. You need to hire God as your strategist. Yes, there's no way you fellowship with the Father of light and not receive light, divine ideas. Absolutely. Sometimes I used to just say, God, please, I need creative ideas, creative miracle, divine ideas from you. I pray that prayer. Sometimes I just sit and say, God, I beg, help me. What do I say? So, how can faith fuel your journey 2025? And once you answer that question, the next thing I want you to do is write one way you will deepen your spiritual or mindfulness practice this year. How will you deepen your spiritual and mindfulness practice this year? Write it down. Write it down. So if you want to build it in 2025, you need attentiveness and go factor. We've talked about what? The requirements. What do you require to build it? You need to know that if you want to build it. Number two, we've talked about the mindset that you need to build it. And now, number three, we talk about attentiveness and the God factor in order for you to be able to build it in 2025. Now, let's move on to the next thing. If you want to build it in 2025, what do you need? You need structure. Somebody write structure. The power of structure. Somebody type structure in the chat. The power of what? Structure. We've talked about the requirement to build it. We've talked about the mindset to build it. We've talked about attentiveness and God factor. Now, the next one is the power of structure. This is where I'm going to be using the examples that I have to now explain. But before I go into that, what does structure mean? Structure is simply processes, frameworks that will help you create order and consistency. Let me ask you, imagine you are trying to get a loan at the bank. Can you just walk into the bank and say, I need a loan? They will just carry loan and give you bam. Can you do that? No. It will take processes. You will fill forms. They will look at your bank statement. They will do this one. They will say, okay, go, we'll process it before we let you know if you qualify or not. Blah, blah, blah. That's structure. Structure creates what? Order. Structure creates what? Access. Structure helps you to be ready. I'm going to explain. Somebody type. Structure creates order. Structure creates access. Structure helps you to be ready. Imagine you want to go and see the MD of Guinness. You just walk into Transcorp, or do you want to see the CEO of Transcorp? Just walk into Transcorp. I want to see the CEO. Who are you? Do you have an appointment? That's the first question they'll ask you. That's structure. Structure helps you to be ready. So now you have all these beautiful ideas. Oh, these are the things you want to build in 2025, right? What structure have you created around it? I'll give you an example. I was talking about the idea that I said, oh, I was going to launch in 2030. Then after speaking to my friend, I realized that I can actually launch that idea in 2025. I can actually start it. But when I got home, I didn't just leave that idea in my head. What did I do? I couldn't sleep that night. I spent 4 hours creating structure around the idea. I opened the document. I wrote the vision, the vision that I could see in that moment. I wrote the mission. I wrote how is the structure going to work? This thing that I said I want to launch. What is the idea behind it? I wrote it down. What is the KPIs? What is the timeline that I can implement this thing? I wrote everything down. 4 hours that night, I couldn't sleep. Guess what? The next day, my friend sent me a message and said, hello, there's this grant. It's expiring this night. I think we sent it like 2 hours to expire. I just saw it. It's expiring this night. Go and fill it. A business that I haven't even launched. The grant that they sent was for new businesses as well. But imagine I hadn't created that structure. I wouldn't have been ready for that because 2 hours was not enough for me to get all the information I need to fill it. I just opened the document. I was just copying and pasting and tweaking the English. And in like 30 to 40 minutes, I finished filling the form. And I went to meet, oh, thank you so much. I filled the form. Imagine I didn't have structure. Structure helps you to be ready. So let me use an example of the people that we have here that came up. The person who say, "Oh, I want to build myself as an authority in my social media management brand and build personal brand around that." What is your structure for 2025? What's your structure for 2025? So you want to get clients in 2025. What services are you going to sell to these people to get clients? You want to position as an authority. What do you need to do in order to position? So have a document that is just called your, I don't know, maybe your, let's say, XYZ social media management, if that's the name of the brand, for example. Have a document for that and call it XYZ social media management roadmap. Then you write, what do you see right now? What is the picture that you see right now? You write it down. Where do you want to get to? Then what are services you want to render to clients? Okay, then how can you help clients get results? Because if you say you want to position as an authority, right? You need to be able to help client get result, help people get result. How can you get people to, first of all, trust you so that they can now trust you to be clients? That's why you can say, okay, I can do lead generation. I can do a free class. I can, start creating these types of content on social media so that people can trust me. That's a roadmap. That's structure. Create that for that brand. Want to start your content creation agency. Okay, what's the content creation agency going to be about? What are the kind of people you will be working with? Call it content creation agency roadmap. What are the kind of people you're going to be working with? Right? What is the first thing, the first services you're going to render? How are you going to get your first 5 clients? Because you cannot say you want to build it in 2025 and you don't have a roadmap, you don't have a structure. It doesn't make sense. That's how you start building structure around. It creates order, it creates access, it helps you be ready. If somebody comes to you and says, okay, say, okay, what do you want to do? I want to create a social media agent, I want to create a content creation agency. And they ask you, what do you need to create a content creation? You need content gadgets. What are the gadgets that you need? You need to be able to structure it. Structure helps you to have access. It helps you to be ready. Are we following? Are we following, guys? Are we following? Another thing I'm going to say about structure is, so once you have, I'm going to go in depth into roadmap. So roadmap and structure sort of tie into each other. But the biggest thing about structure is usually the roadmap is supposed to come before the structure. But I had to explain it first. So when I now explain roadmap, I will not tie it to structure. So don't think, oh, it's overwhelming. You can start small. You can start with repeatable routines. I have routines in my life. Like my life is actually put into a calendar. My life is inside a calendar, Google Calendar alarms. I have only, I think I have just 4 alarms in a day, and those 4 alarms are the top key things that I have to do every day. I have a routine when I'm supposed to be up, what I do when I get up. So between 6 to 7, I do these things. I pray, I do that. 7 to this, I do this. Or then from now to now, I start to do my work. That structure, it creates order. Now, does that mean that I don't fall off sometimes? Sometimes I fall off. There are some days that I will never have strength. I can sleep the whole day and lazy around the whole day. But when I'm ready to get back in shape, I have something to fall back to. That's structure. I'll come back to structure. Just hold that thought of structure with you. Now, the next thing, if you want to build it in 2025, is writing it and road mapping. The importance of writing and road mapping. It ties into structure. Write it down. I shared the example of the conversation I had with a friend where we are in a vehicle home. For 20 minutes, we're having a conversation about the idea that I had that I thought I want to launch in 2030. But after the conversation, the idea became clearer and I realized that I could actually start launching in 2025. When I got home, I went to write it down. I wrote down everything I could remember. What is the vision that I have? How am I going to execute it? What are the pillars under these ideas? I wrote down everything and I just had it there. A week later, Something else dropped in my head about that same idea. Guess what? I went back to my document and I looked at it. With the new thing that I now had, I was able to now refine it. But imagine I didn't write down the first one. By the time I had the second rema or the second idea, what will happen? I've already forgotten the first one. So it will now be watered down. It's not the refined one I will not write. Or maybe you did not write it, like, okay, I have it in my head. Yes, I have it in my head. I will do it. You have it in your head. You will do it. And again, when you write things down, it's easier for you to see how you can take the implementation steps. Write it down. Idea solidifies when written. When you write it down, it keeps you focused and motivated. So writing it, me, I don't play with documentation. My team knows. I can document fire, even though I don't go back to that document in a month, 2 months. I will document it first. When the day that I will go back to it, I have something to go back to. I will show you guys on the screen some of the things that I've documented. Now, after you have written it down, create a roadmap. Don't just write it down. Okay, I want to do a social media management agency. Okay, I want to launch an online course. Titi said she wants to launch an online course. Oh, I want to build my team for my business. Yes, you've written it down. Create a roadmap. What are the flexible plans that will guide you? You cannot keep adjusting that roadmap as you go on. Let me use the team one for example. Titi, you want to get a team for your business. What is your roadmap to get the team? Why do you need the team? Number one. What do you need the team for? What people do you need in the team? What is the financial implication of getting a team? You start writing it down. Oh, this is how much it requires to. That's the roadmap. This is how much it requires to. Okay, from when to when do you think you want to get this team? When do you want to put out, what is the responsibility of each of these team members that you want to get? Then, when do you want to bring them in? When will the application process start? When will be the interview time? When will they start? You need the roadmap of it. You need to write it down and create it as a roadmap. So now you have gone beyond just saying, I want a team for my business, to breaking it down. Now, if you see that the financial implication will be more, it's not something that you can afford right now, you can now start exploring other ways. How can I get a team that is efficient and I don't have to spend this much right now because I don't have it? You can start thinking, okay, can I have a team where, okay, I'm paying them maybe a stipend and commission based on what they're able to turn up. But if you don't write it down, how are you going to know? So I was planning for this year and I wrote my financial goal for 2025. I wrote my financial goal for 2025 for my business. And what I wrote was like, hello, I wrote the financial goal and I looked at it. I'm like, what's the roadmap for this? I broke it down into months, into days, into weeks. It doesn't stop there. Just break it down into days, into who are the people you need to implement it. I saw that my team are the people that I need to implement it. But guy, that goal is big. It's audacious. And what did I think about? I now said, okay, how can I motivate my team beyond the salaries and stipends that I'm giving to them? How can I motivate them so that we can achieve this goal? I now thought about incorporating a commission-based thing. If we hit a specific milestone, if we hit a specific milestone, we're going to get like a commission based on that milestone. What have I done? I'm creating a roadmap. It doesn't have to be 50 pages. It can be 1 page. Some can be longer, some can be shorter, but it doesn't matter. Create a roadmap. Roadmap is not just, oh, this is what I want to achieve in a year. This is what I want to achieve in a month. And then in a week, in a day. What are the resources you need to achieve it, Nko? What's the financial implication? The resource implication? What is the timeline that you need to achieve it? What are the activities? What are the things you need to invest in to achieve it? I was speaking to someone, person said, oh, I want to grow my business. I'm like, okay, grow your business as how? You want to scale your business? In what sense? I'm like, okay, I need to buy some things to expand. Okay, so what do you need to buy? Oh, I need to buy this, and this. How much does each of these things cost? Do you know? Write it down. Don't just leave it in your head. Then you use it to create your roadmap. I'll show you guys how I put my roadmap together. Yes, you can use AI to break this down into days and months. I'll also show you how I use AI to put my ideas together and create an actual roadmap. So when you create your roadmap, you now use, that's how roadmap ties into structure. When you create your roadmap, you now use your roadmap to create a routine. Use your roadmap to do what? Create a routine. Like, okay, based on the roadmap that I have, like in my business, we have a roadmap where we have our regular business activities, what we must do in our business in DCC brand every single week. Whether we are launching or we are not launching anything, whether we are selling anything, we are not selling anything, we have our regular business activities. So when we are now launching, we will still be launching our regular business activities, we still be going on. That's a roadmap. I'm going to show you guys some things. I have some screenshots here. So what you can see on my screen here is the DCC 2025 growth roadmap. I just showed you some. I have put out one of them. So what you can see, I start first when I'm writing my roadmap for my business. I have different ways of writing it depending on what I'm writing. I start with the key project and the timelines of the key project I want to do. As you can see on the screen, you can see profitable funnel retreats, right? What is the promotion date? I'm promoting this retreat from this date to this date. How long is it going to take? It's going to take 10 weeks. When are we going to start the retreat and when are we going to end it? When will registration start? How many people do I need? I need 20 people. You can see the next project, pre-launch this thing. I wrote it there, the timeline, the same thing goes. Then minutes with DCC is a free call. I do it 3 times in a year. You can see it there. I've already written it there. I'm going to do it this year again, but the date is tentative. I'm looking at February till March, and this is the timeline. If I scroll through this, you will see a breakdown of how many days I'm going to do it, how many people I need on the call, and why I am doing the call. So even though it's a free call, what am I tying that call to? What is the purpose of that call? Is there. Then after I finish listing all the key projects, I now move to the next thing on my growth roadmap for my business. So after the key projects, the next thing I move to is what are my KPIs? What do I want to achieve in my business? So I have social media KPIs, I have revenue KPIs. So for Instagram, social media followers, like the whole of last year, I didn't care about followers, I didn't care about growing. After I lost my page 2022, from 2020 to 2024, I didn't care about growing. But this year, I care about growing. No, if you are watching on Instagram, you can't see my screen. If you want to see my screen, go to my stories and join via the link on my story. You can see my screen from there. So I now do what? I now break it down. What are the things that I want to achieve? What are my KPIs? So this year, I want to grow on social media. Yes, I'm very particular about it this year. My revenue goals, social media goals, engagement goals, email goals, community goals. Those are my KPIs. What are the KPIs for the year? They will now broke it down into months. We now broke it down into weeks and days. Now here's the interesting thing. Another thing that I did, right, for my revenue goal, in order to achieve my revenue goal in 2025, I didn't just break it down into weeks, months, days, and so this is how much I want to make. I broke it down into what products do I want to generate this certain amount so that I can hit this goal. So I wrote down all the product that I have, both my services and my product. I said, okay, in a month, I only want 5 people for my clutter to clarity. So if I want 5 clients in a month for my clutter to clarity, with a 20% conversion rate, I need about, is it 100 people as leads? Is it 100 people? I don't know, Maso. If I want 5 people, 10% conversion rate would be, I need 50 people to get 5 people. So 20% conversion rate, I will need that many people to get 5 people. I don't know. I think I will need 25 people. Yeah. Is that it? I don't know. I think I will need 25 people as leads, 25 people to show interest for me to get 5 people to pay me for clutter to clarity in month 1 so that I can achieve my goal. For my CLB, for this profitable funnel retreat now, for example, I need 20 people in the program. But if I want to generate leads, if I'm working with a 10% conversion rate, that means I need 400 leads. If I'm working with a 20% conversion rate, that means I need 200 leads. I hope that's correct. But you get the thing, you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying, right? Do you get what I'm trying to say here? So you have to break it down further. What are the resources you need? What are the number of leads you need? That's just for revenue. That's just for financial. Then I come to the KPIs. Okay, we need to grow our followers to this. In order to grow our followers, we need to. So since this year, my focus is also on growing my followers. I have also now incorporated viral content idea into my content pillars. So viral content idea is now a part of my content pillars, so that once in a week I'll create using the viral content approach to do that. That's a roadmap for my business. And as you can see here, after I've written down all the key projects, I've written down the KPIs, and I write down my marketing budget. This is how much I want to make. How much am I willing to invest in marketing to make this amount? So I look at 10 to 20% of the revenue. That's how I do mine. I'm willing to invest in 20% of the revenue in to make that amount. So once I'm not done with that, I will not come here into the box that you can see. So every month, what am I doing every month? What am I doing every single month? Let me show you the one that I did for 2024. What am I doing every single month? Let me just show you what I did for 2024. Although this one that is here now is more improved compared to the 2024 one, but I just want to show you the parts for the what am I doing every single month. I just want to show you guys that part. Let me know if I can see my screen. Can you guys see the every single month's plan? I want to scroll down to that part. Okay, so you can see. So this was 2024, January to February. These are the activities we'll be doing. We'll promote this. We'll promote the Grow Conference. We'll kickstart this. Let me know if you can see my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen. Yeah. No, you can't. Yes, I can see it. Can you see my screen? No, you can't see it. Okay. That's interesting. You cannot see my screen. We can't see the screen. Okay. Oh, while I don't start. We'll leave it then. We'll leave it. And that's why I tried to just put everything in the PDF. The screen is blank. Okay. Let's try again. Can you see it now? Let me know if you can see it. Well, if you can't see it, let's move on. So basically, that's what it is. So I write down everything I'm going to be doing. So last year, in January, we're going to start promotion for Profitable Funnel Retreat. We're going to kickstart. We're going to revamp the course launch ebook. We're going to create a hard copy. We'll put it on Amazon. We're going to create logo for the Grow conference. We're going to launch. I'm going to start working on MBCH, my brand clarity handbook. These are like some of the things that I decided to work on in 2024. Right? So if you can't see the screen, let's move on. But you can see my screen now, right? With the one from the PDF. All right, great. So that's what it's like. So after you create your roadmap and break it down, the person that said, I want to do social media management, I want to get social media management clients, what are your key projects in this 20? What are the key products you want to launch? And what is the timeline you're going to be launching them? What is your KPI? What is your budget? Break down the KPI to the number of leads. So how many clients do you want to get from this particular product? How many leads do you need to get this number of clients from this particular product? Now, once you've done that, based on your timeline, you come into this table below. In January, what are the things that you need to work on in order for you to achieve your timelines that you've written above? So, for example, Profitable Funnel Retreat, for example, in January, I need to start pushing what I'm supposed to do in January. So, January and February, I'll push Profitable Funnel Retreat. I would also do my regular business activities. Then I'll start planning for the framework for the Profitable Funnel Retreat and some other things that are down the PDF that I did not put up that you can see. Now, this is another format for writing your roadmap. So this one is for the Grow Conference 2025. I covered a lot of things because I've not announced many things yet. So I don't want it to go out there yet. But as you can see, this one is a little bit different. I started with the team because this is not a continuous thing. It's just a one-off project. The Grow Conference is just one-off. Once it happens in June, everybody moves on till the next year again. So what I did was I have the team. I explained the team, broke down the team. Then what does the team stand for? Then the event structure and schedule. What is the event structure and schedule? You can see this time around, the Grow Conference is going to be for 3 days. So we have day one, day two, day three, right? You can see I have a detailed breakdown of what's happening day one, day two, day three already inside this document. And if we go further, you're going to see that I have my guest breakdown. What people do I need to make the Grow Conference happen? Even the guest list, I started writing down the names of people that I want as my guests for the Grow Conference. Then merchandise and items that I would sell at the Grow Conference, I started writing them down as well. So this is what a roadmap will look like if you are doing something that is one-off. If it's recurring, like a recurring thing, like your actual business, the roadmap looks different. That's why I put like different options so that you can understand. You not say, hello, I don't understand. This one is for the new business that I want to launch, right? The new business that I want to launch is you see is different here. I have the introduction, I have what the growth stands for, then I have the vision and the mission, then I have like the go-to-market breakdown. I have the research breakdown because this is a new business. So I have to do the research, I have to do the go-to-market. It's inside here. So see, it's different for different purposes, depends on what you're actually doing, right? So I now break down each pillar of the new business. What are the different pillars? There are like 5 pillars. One of them is the Grow Connect that you can already see. The other one is like just like that. So I broke down each of those pillars and I start explaining what's the strategy behind each pillars. What is the key activities in each pillars? Then what's the overall strategy? What is the timeline for this roadmap? I gave myself 6 months and then I broke it down. That's how to create a roadmap and a structure. Now let's come to how you can use AI to create your roadmap and structure. AI like ChatGPT. How can you use ChatGPT to create your roadmap and your structure? So for the Grow Conference 2025, I already have. You have to have your idea. You cannot go to ChatGPT and just be talking nonsense. So I went to ChatGPT. I said the Grow Conference 2025 is going to be happening for 3 days, 2 days virtual, 1 day physical, and I put the date. The theme for the conference is blah blah blah. The theme was put together. I explained it. There is a fear on the other side. I explained what it was. Then I broke it down and I said, ChatGPT, what do you think of this theme? Does it capture everything I have explained, or could you suggest something better? Also, kindly put everything together more nicely and comprehensively, giving me a very detailed breakdown. After he gave me the detailed breakdown, I now went back and said, no, please refine further and develop additional concepts. Also, the explanation is not satisfactory. So he now gave me, okay. Then I came back and said, this is great, but I will stick to my original theme. But I love this explanation. Now let's break down the event schedule. Here are some ideas I already have. Day one, I put all the ideas that I have. Day two, I put all the ideas that I have, right? Then he gave me more things. And then I came and said, okay, these are additional creative ideas that I have. I have these creative ideas. I want you to take the above and suggest some more ideas for each day and refine the ones I have provided and make them more compelling. The ChatGPT gave me many things. Right. Then I said, okay, suggest ideas for merchandise. It gave me some ideas. Then I said, where can these ideas come in? So I had some fresh ideas and I put them in the same thread, in the same ChatGPT thread. So I write down all the ideas that I have and I said, okay, where can these ideas come in what we've already created? So ChatGPT now gave me, so he said, okay, here's how these ideas can fit seamlessly into the Grow Conference 2025. And then so he gave me more ideas. And that was how I was able to. So I now said, okay, um, so that was how I was able to create the roadmap easily for the Grow Conference. So you see, you don't have to follow my structure or anything, but if you feed ChatGPT with the right information, with the right question, with the right details, you'll be able to get that, right? Now, this is for the other brand that I want to launch. I came to it and I said, break down the following and make it comprehensive and detailed, adding more context. So I explained what each one of these things is, and then I just gave all the details that I want. And I said, I just gave it like everything that I wanted. Right? Then I asked it to make it comprehensive. And you can see here where I said the Grow Connect, blah, 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 Grow Conference all makes up like what I'm launching. Create a documentation and a proposal slash strategy and a clear roadmap for this brand. So what ChatGPT now did, take all the information I had given to it to now create a documentation and a proposal. So I came up with that. Now, when you come up with that, the next thing you're now supposed to do is to now use your head and rearrange them and restructure them to fit the original timeline that you have in your mind, right? Fit the original timeline that you have in your mind and then make it your own way. Make it what a constructive prompt is, more like an interactive conversation. Yes, sometimes I used to say, ChatGPT, no, now that's not what I asked you to do. No, that's not what we agreed. I used to say that. Sometimes I do that. Yeah. So you have to be very specific. So that's how you can use AI as well. So if you think, oh, roadmap is a lot, it's a lie. All your ideas that you have in your head, write it down. After you write it down, carry it. Go and meet ChatGPT, and it will help you put things together. Are we following? Do we have questions? We are almost done. We're almost done. We're wrapping up now. We're wrapping up. We're wrapping up. We're wrapping up. In another 10 minutes, I should be done. Maybe we can now take questions. Um, so now, once you have your structure and your roadmap and everything, you systemize and you create an accountability system. You have to systemize and create accountability system. You have to systemize and create an accountability system. You have to systemize and create an accountability system. Systemize and create an accountability system. So before we go on, please, if you're watching on YouTube, please do not forget to subscribe. There are a lot of things that I put out. I put out like really good videos, about business growth, about structure, about different things. So you can subscribe so that you can see more of that after this session, right? So systemize and create accountability structure. So if you write it down, finish, you create the roadmap, finish, you can go and sleep and nothing will happen, right? So all those things you've written down, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, right? So break them down into your daily routine, your weekly routine, and your monthly routine. What must you do every day, every week, every month? So I'm going to give you examples. So one example is like my DCC brand, for example. Now, content creation is something that I must do, but I've broken it down into a monthly routine and a weekly routine. So every month I have the ideas that I want to use for that month, and then every week I start to create content based on all those ideas. That's a routine that is constant. I just picked the date. I already picked the days. That's a routine already under my business, right? Then I have like a daily routine. Daily routine is more like most of my daily routine is centered around my day job. My day job, gym, and spiritual life. Those are like the key things that my daily routine, Monday to Friday, is centered around. Spiritual life, gym, my day job, and then a little bit of DCC. Those are the key things. I already have a team, someone who manage my team and stuff for DCC. So most times I don't worry so much about what's going on there. So it's just my clients' work for my DCC, my day job, my gym, and my prayers and everything. That's what in my daily routine. So I put it into my calendar, so it's recurring every single day. I set alarms for those top 4 things, and also when I have to sleep, I have that in my calendar as well. Then other things, if I have to hang out with friends, I put them in calendars. If I have events, I put them in my calendar as well. So you have to systemize and create routines. I have a detailed video where I explained how to systemize. So you can go to my YouTube channel, you'll see there, building personal and business structures that works. You can find it on that one topic on creating systems is a topic of its own. So if you want to build it in 2025, you have to follow these steps. Delayed gratification. This one is hard. If you want to build it in 2025, you need to understand delayed gratification. What did I say? Somebody type it in the chat. Delayed gratification. Type it in the chat. Delayed gratification. I thought I'm just the only one. It's not just you. Somebody type delayed gratification in the chat. If you want to build it in 2025, what is delayed gratification? Sacrificing short-term pleasures for long-term success. Yeah. Sacrificing short-term pleasures for long-term success. I am immediately go your calendar this month. Oh yeah, now they come. Delayed gratification means sacrificing short-term pleasures for long-term success. It could mean that means now you know the meaning. You have to identify what your delayed gratification would be. It could mean delaying luxuries, delaying unnecessary expenses, delaying distractions. Last year, I had to deny myself a lot of things. When I was planning the Grow conference, I was like, I couldn't do this. I couldn't buy that. I couldn't do this. Because I need, so if you know that financial something is something big that you need to build, that thing that you need to build this year, what do you have to cut down this year for it to happen? You have to deny yourself of it. Remember what I said. If you want to build it, what are the 3 requirements? You have to have the vision. What do you want to achieve? You have to take the action, and you have to be ready to go through challenges. You have to persevere. Delay gratification. You need to write down, what are you going to deny yourself this year if you want to build it? What are the things? Is it, oh, I'm not going to buy clothes, I'm not going to so yesterday I was on my mentor story, like Trisha Biz. I was on my story and she was sharing how obedience has helped her a lot in Ziba and everything. And then she shared something. She said, last year I didn't buy wigs, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. I denied myself, even though I love wigs and I love buying new hair. I didn't do this, I didn't do that. And I saw that it's necessary if you want to do certain things. So when you see people doing great things, you don't know what sacrifice they put in. You cannot build it in 2025 if you don't delay yourself some certain things, if you don't sacrifice short-term pleasures for long-term gain. You cannot build it. So you have to deny yourself certain things. This year, I've already written down the things that I want to deny myself. Delay gratification. And sometimes delayed gratification is not only deny yourself money or this thing, it's also deny yourself certain things. So my spiritual life this year is a very key thing. In order for me to build it in that area, I have to deny myself certain things. I've thought I don't collect any live session that will enter my prayer time. I know they do. Any events that will enter my prayer time, I know they do. No vex. If you want vex, say vex. But I know they do. That's also a form of delayed gratification. So it depends on what you're building this year. All the things you really want to build. What do you need to deny yourself to make it happen? Answer that question. So it's a simple exercise. Write down the things you will delay in 2025 and why. Just write them down. You may need to come back to this session again. Write them down. Then let's go to the final thing. The right associations. I said I was going to mention it. The right association. You need to be in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing. We call it Kairos. Kairos moment. You need the right association in order to build it in 2025. If you don't have that, there is a problem. Right? So surround yourself with people, communities that inspire growth. This is the year where you will sit down and say, do I really need to be in this community? That's why sometimes when people are leaving the Grow Connect community, I don't feel bad. If you are leaving my email list, I don't feel bad because this may not be where you need to be right now. And that's okay. You can't go. If you unfollow me, I don't feel bad. That's okay. So sit down and write down the places you need to be in. Who are the people you need to understudy? Who are the people that need to be your mentor? What opportunities do you need to volunteer for? What scholarships do you need to apply for? What accesses do you need to pay for? Everything. Somebody mentioned that they want to pay for DSI. Great. Good for you. You've identified the right association you want to be in that will serve you for what you're doing. Don't just only be going to be looking for free communities up and down. If this is what you want to pay for, I've told myself there's a community, there's an association I need to be in this year. Is a monthly subscription of over 200K every month. I'm telling myself I'm joining. It's part of the right association I want to be a part of. The people I want to understudy, I've made the list. So when they put out products, they put out stuff, I'll go and watch it. I'll go and read it. I'll be in their room, listen to what they're saying because I want to understudy them. I need them for the next level that I want to get to in this 2025 and beyond. So what are the associations that you need to get yourself involved with this year? Don't only think about free communities because some of you already think, okay, which free? Baba, you need to pay for access. Go and pay. What conferences do you need to go for? You don't need to run up and down this year and be entering everywhere that you want to enter. Last year, when I was launching the Grow Conference, I went for some certain events, not because necessarily I needed them personally. I needed that association to be able to push my conference. Think about it. Let's go. Let's wrap up. So exercise for you. List 3 communities, list mentors, associations you engage with this year in order for you to build it. All right, so final closing. When you guys were filling the form, some of you wrote that the challenges, some of the things holding you back. And I think I've addressed all of these things. Fear of failure, lack of clarity, resources and direction, procrastination, indecision to start or not to start, fear of burning out or overwhelmed. All of this, I'm just going to ask one question. If you don't do it now, if you don't do it now, and then 5 years from now, you look back to what you refuse to do now, what will you tell yourself? Will you be proud of yourself? I used to tell myself this thing that, hello, this thing you're supposed to do now, if you don't do it now, 5 years from now, you will not be 5 years behind. Because what you are supposed to have done 5 years ago, you're not doing it 5 years from now. You can still do it anytime. Oh. You know, in that saying that you can always become whenever. But if you have the opportunity, you have the time, you have the chance to do it. But you say, because I'm afraid of failure, what is the worst that will happen if you fail? You start over again. I had a product business before. In 2023, I had a product business. I was selling gadgets. It didn't work. I pack up. Last year, I shared all the gadgets, shared everything at the Grow conference. I moved on with my life. If I want to start a product business again now, I have learned something from that. I had some product that I put out that did not sell. I packed them up and quietly moved on with my life. But imagine I didn't say, okay, I will fail. It's not, people will not buy. Put it out first and learn from it. How will you learn? How will you grow if you refuse to fail? Failure is also a part of success. You lack clarity, you lack resources. I think I've addressed that with the roadmap and everything. Resources thing is growth mindset. Sometimes you think that, oh, the one way, you say, I don't have the money, I don't have the, what if, break it down first. It may be that you even have a network of people who can help you with their resources, who can help you with their time, who can volunteer and help you achieve that thing. Everything will be money, 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 money. You can think about ways. You can even go and pitch yourself. Please, I don't have money. Oh, I'm ready to trade by bat. I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to do that in exchange for this. If you do it, is it that they tell you no or they tell you yes? You will not die. Nothing will happen to you. Is it that they tell you no or they tell you yes? So, what are you afraid of? Do we have any question? Failure is not fatal. Success is not final. Failure is a part of the journey. Absolutely. Absolutely. Any questions? Any questions? So while you are preparing your questions, I'll just quickly go through. I know this is a lot. Before we started, I mentioned that this is going to be a lot. So I'll just quickly go through the different ways that I can support you after this, right? The different ways. If you're thinking, oh, hello, how can you support me after this? Please don't leave me alone. Oh. I don't want to be left alone. Well, I have different ways that I can support you. And one of those ways is TGC is a free community that I run. It's called the Grow Connect community. It's free. The communities for people who want to build their business, who are focused on personal development, business growth, professional growth in terms of their career. We have a lot of activities that we do in the community, from presentation, from building your presentation skills to learning, to access to resources and job opportunities, supporting each other. A lot of people have built their team from inside that community. A lot of people have gotten jobs from inside the community. A lot of people have made great friends, sold from inside that community, got support. That's the idea of the whole community, right? So you can join the community. I've dropped the link inside the chat on YouTube. If you're watching on Instagram, you can just send me a DM. Just send this live video to my DM, and I'll send you the link to the community after the live session if you're watching on Instagram. If you're on YouTube, the community link is now in the chat. So you can use that to go and join the community. You have to apply to join, right? So go and do that and join. Now, option number 2, how can I support you? Mentorship. So I have 2 mentorship experts. So if when I was going through the form, some of you say you want to build your career, you want to build your skill, you want to do this. So I have a mentorship that I'm going to be launching for people who want to build their career in marketing. So if you want to build your career in marketing, I have a mentorship for you, right? And all you have to do is to fill a form. So if you want to build your career in marketing, you're a social media manager, you're a copywriter, you're a this, you're a that, or you want to launch your idea, you want to launch your startup, you want to launch a campaign, you want to go to market with your idea, I also have something for you where I'll mentor you for 3 months to 6 months. The career mentorship is 3 months. The other one is 6 months. The career mentorship is 6 months. The launching of your idea and your business is 3 months. So I'm going to drop the link to the form now. so that you can go and fill it up, fill the form, and you will hear from me once you fill that form, right? You will hear from me once you fill that form. Okay, so let me drop the link to that form inside the chat. So go and fill the form. If you come back to watch the replay on YouTube, you will still see the link on the chat. You still see the link on the description and in the comments. So that's two ways I can support you so far now. Then way number 3 that I can support you. Some of you also filled out the form that you wanted to upskill. You want to learn a skill. So if you are here, one of your key goals, this is not for everybody. So all these things I put here is not for everybody. Community is for everybody. The first one that is free. The mentorship is not for everyone. Make sure that it aligns into your goal, into the things you want to build. If you want to upskill, let's say you want to increase your income, you're a social media manager, you're a copywriter, you do graphics, you do web design, you want to upskill, the Profitable Funnel Retreat is for you, right? You can learn how to build funnel strategies, come up with strategies that work, right? That will pay you money, earn you money in multiple currencies, in naira, in dollars, you name it. So you can go and read more about it. I've also dropped the link in the chat as well. If you come back to the replay, you will also see the link pinned in the comments as well. Okay, so that's another way that I can support you. The final way that I can support you after this session is Clutter to Clarity with DCC. So a one-on-one coaching with me. So you can comment in this video, if you're watching the replay, comment in the video, send me a DM, send me an email, send me a message on WhatsApp, on Instagram, G2 Creator Chic. Reach out to me anywhere, whichever you're interested in. If you feel like, oh, I missed the link, just send me a message with the one that you're interested in, and I'll be able to support you after this, because this is a lot. But you can go back, come back to this video, watch it. The way I do my presentation is so that even if you decide not to work with me, even if you decide not to do anything with me, you can still get result with it. That is part of the legacy that I'm also putting out there, that like we talked about in the beginning. All right, so that's all from me. 2025, the year I built it. So I'll just take 1 or 2 questions and then we'll wrap up. Thank you, everyone. 1 or 2 questions. 1 or 2 questions. Questions. Who is going to ask? So let me drop the invite link in the chat. The first 2 persons to click on that link, I'll answer your questions and we'll call it a day. So the invite link to join the live session is up. So the first 2 people to click, I'll do for you, and then we'll call it a day. All right. I hope you've learned a lot. Let me know how you feel. How has this session been? How has it been? How are you feeling? Did you learn something? Have you gained valuable insights? Do you feel like you're ready to build this 2025? Did I deliver on my promise? Did I? Did I deliver on my promise? Did I deliver on my promise? Did I deliver? If you want to ask a question, you can also ask in the chat or you join the live stream. The first 2 persons or 1 person, I'll just take you up and then we call it a night from here. All right. Oh, that's amazing, Offering. This session was everything I needed for this year. Great, beautiful. I'm happy to hear that. I'm happy. Thank you for sharing. I think it's like we don't have any questions. So teacher, teach you, everybody understands. No question. It's all right. It's all right. No question. Okay. All right, cool. No question. Great. Amazing. So you can come back to this, watch it, share it with your friends. Share this link with your friends. Share the YouTube link with your friends. Let this be something that you invest in their lives this year. Send it to them. Let them watch it. Share it on your status. Put it everywhere. If you know that I deliver, this is a way you'd say thank you to me, right? Just share this. Share the link to people to watch. Let them come and watch. Let them come and learn. Let them come and also, you're giving it as a gift. You're also using it as a way to say thank you to me, right? And even if you decide not to be in the community, work with me or anything, go into the world and multiply. You always live on your promise, Ella. Thank you, Rikayat. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, I believe there's no questions. Like I over-delivers. Everybody's clear. Everybody's head is on fire. How many people got Rema here? How many people, like, your eyes were opened? And okay, if you don't have a question, who wants to come up to share? Come and share your experience. Who wants to come up to share your experience? Like, what has this session done to you? One person join the live join the live and share what this session has done to you. One person. One person. Yeah, please, the link is there. So you can just use the link in the chat to do that. The link is in the chat. Just click on it. Faye, Kemi. Oh yeah, I am waiting. Oh, I am waiting so that we can go because I didn't want this to exceed 2 hours. 2 hours maximum. Okay, Offray is here. Let me put Offray on the stream. Hi, Offray. Hello, welcome back.
Hi, thank
How
you
are you
so
feeling?
much. Thank you. I don't even know how to express everything that I've gotten. Like when you were asking who has gotten Rema, it's me. Oh, I think it is. I am the person that you created this session, this program for, because all the questions I had, everything has been answered. In fact, even getting to use my goals as what is it called now? Okay, talking about how I can go about it, structure the process. In fact, even the roadmap, I've been thinking that okay, so this I've been kind of confused. Yeah, I have clarity, but I didn't really know exactly how to go about it. So the roadmap thing you talked about, you even gave an example how to build it and all of that. It has been so helpful. Like I know I'm not going to sleep tonight because just like you did when you had a discussion with your friend, I'm going to be
Exactly.
the same way. So thank you so much. Like I completely happy. Thank you so much for this. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Peace, for sharing that. Thank you. Hi, Olayinka. How are you feeling?
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Hi, good evening.
So, this is I want to say thank you for the class because it's been an awesome moment, like always. I'm not always expecting less, like you're always giving it your all, and there is no time that I don't appreciate joining the live session. The teaching are always awesome, so thank you. And to today's teaching, my notes is filled up. Like I have a lot
Don't
that I'm
sleep this
literally
night.
now. Like that I'm still going back to reflect on. Like it's really helping me a lot. Like structure because when it comes to clarity, having clients and having a structure both onboarding and the way you put things together, it's not just having a client but knowing how to like having a structure about okay, my personal brand, what am I looking up to, how do I want to deal with all
Mhm.
this. So you've given me like a roadmap to follow. So that's, I want to say thank you and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Amazing. Thank you. Guys,
Yeah.
while we are on this topic, please take a screenshot, tag me on Instagram, Digital Creator Chic. Digital Creator Chic, tag me on Instagram, share this link with people. Let it spread. I want more people to get access to this and learn and do better with the year, right? Let it spread. You've gotten this value for free. It's the only way you can pay me back, or the only way I would appreciate that you pay me back is share it on your story, tag people, let people know, and put the link there. Um let people see it. And of course, if you want extra support from me, I have that as well. You can send me a DM. But regardless of that, I would appreciate it if you can share this, out there. Hi, Comfort. Good evening.
Connect with this very moment. Hi, hello, how
Are
you
you
doing?
there?
Good evening.
Hello. Good evening. I'm fine. How are you doing?
Can you hear me? I'm doing. I'm
Yes,
sorry,
I
I'm on
can
the
hear you.
road, so I had to. Okay, I'm joining
No
from home.
problem.
Everything. I just want to say thank you so much. I think a lot of things actually caught my, I don't know how to say attention. I think the first one was when you said that sometimes how you want to build is not how everyone else is going to build. So you need to understand where you are, what your story is, how do you see yourself. And there's something I know you know part of my story, and then some of the challenges I had and being stuck in one position.
Yeah.
Then I just realized that there's something you were doing there. I think maybe is it beyond the internet or something. Just because it's not
Yeah.
out there, sometimes that doesn't mean you're not building. So know yourself, know
Exactly.
what you're building. Don't compare. And it's just and then the little routines. Because sometimes I'm like, I'm in this stage. I want to move. I might not being slow, but then you said something that sometimes the small things, the little things, you just say that okay, you're
Yeah.
moving forward. So I'm glad I joined again. I'm just glad because like I just said, I've already said it since. Like you're just wonderful. So thank you so much. Thank you for this section. Thank you for making me see again that yes, that okay, even though I'm starting some things, I'm not building officially because I did profitable retreat this thing. I was doing my stuff behind the scenes, even though I wasn't on the internet like this thing, but some things were still coming
Yeah,
in. So the skill will always be there. Nobody can take it from you.
exactly.
Doesn't matter what you're going
Exactly.
through at that moment, the skill will always be there. So thank you so much. And I'm sorry you
I
can't see
love
my
it for
face.
you.
It's quite
No,
dark
that's
already.
fine.
So
That's fine. These are our
thank
profitable
you so
retreat
much.
alumni. Oh. She was a profitable retreat in 2024.
Yeah,
They were
yeah.
the first. They are the founding members.
Well,
Thank you
so
so much
just
for
say that.
sharing comfort. Thank you.
Thank you so much for
Thank you.
having me. Thank you. All right
Yes.
now.
All right. David, over to you. Hi, David.
All right, okay. I just like I really appreciate this today's session, and one key part that really stood out for me is the part of attentiveness and God factor. Honestly, it's just like you are really speaking to me because, like a lot of things, I was like, do some other things. Like you make me understand that even the simplest things, like the simplest thing that we actually want to do or do want to plan, we need to like put God first and then attentive to Him giving us direction and a lot of things. So I think I'm putting that into action. Not that I've not been doing that, but I think there are some other things that you need to like put that into consideration to attentiveness and God factor. It's really stood out of. In fact, every part. In fact, I have my book here that I've been writing. I've written a lot, honestly. And if it's so funny that I actually wanted to travel earlier, but when I joined the call, I decided to like cancel the travel and then join this call.
Wow.
I joined and actually I really gained a lot and I just myself still like learning and even till the end I learned a lot. So thank you very much for putting it together.
Wow.
I see the
Amazing. Thank
great
you,
work that
David.
you put into the great slide there. I so much love it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, David. Thank you. I appreciate you. I celebrate you. Hi, Ayomide. Hello.
Strategist, my brand doctor. Hi,
Happy
hello.
New Year.
Happy
Hi.
New Year. It's amazing to see you. Thank you for listening,
Same
value.
here.
So I remember that I was part of the people that you audited my brand last year. And
Yeah.
since then, even my content, I've done a little bit of repositioning. Even all the things that you were saying in this call are things that I did because I also took a class with John Obidi. I know I follow you everywhere now. I follow you on LinkedIn. I follow you
Yeah.
everywhere. I follow even in the DMs. I follow you. So thank you for always delivering value and thank you for all that you do. So even me for this year, I'm going to be more audacious. That's one thing I'm telling myself and share my experience in a more strategic way. So, like I said,
Yeah.
I've been saying since last year, I already have a list of programs I want to pay for. So, I'll be your DMs. I already have like a budget set aside because I know that I have experience. Like, I know I have a lot of experience in the market and some areas. I just need to position myself better. And in the last 4 years, I've been privileged to work with multinational brands. So, I also need to put that out there more. So, just thank you
Exactly.
for all that you do and continue doing what you do. And like I said, for me, I'm like a sponge. I keep learning. Yes, as much as I have my own experience, I keep learning from people who are doing
Learning
better
never
than
ends.
me.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I keep learning. So that's been my dispensation and my position is just to continue learning, and keep paying for programs that can help me. Because one thing that I used to do is I'll pay for the program, I will not use it. Now I pay and I
No,
sit
don't
with
do
the
that.
program and implement and ensure that I get results.
Exactly.
So thank you very much
Exactly.
and well done.
Thank you so much, Ayo. Thank you, everyone. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for your feedback. Thank you for staying till the end. Again, if you're asking how I can support you, the first one is the Grow Connect Communities, my free community that I'm running. And there's so much you can learn. If you not like if you already know me, if you went through this call, you already know that even if this is the first time you're encountering me, you already know that I'm not for fluff, right? So you should already know that community is valuable, even if it is free. All right. The second one is mentorship. So if you want to grow your career in marketing, I can help you with that. If you also want to launch ideas, start up campaigns, just fill the form and I'll reach out to you based on what to make sure you fill the form correctly and just write everything that is in your heart. The second one is upskilling. The link is already up. Profitable Funnel Retreat. I do it once every year. It's a 10 weeks retreat where you will learn with me. I'll teach you how to come up with funnel strategies. And again, even if you're a business owner, learning being a part of the profitable funnel retreat is also like very important, because you will know how to create strategies for your business beyond just creating content, beyond just like Comfort was saying, you can be offline and be doing stuff, because there are times in your life where you may not be able to show up online. So what will it be? What you not know anything else to do? So the profitable funnel retreat teaches you how to understand strategy, how to generate leads, how to build funnels, how to write copies, how to just take people through the buyer's journey from generating interest to buying. And it could be, you could leverage any system. It's not tied to a tool. You can learn it and you leverage it only on Instagram. You can learn it and you leverage it on any social media platform. You can learn it and you leverage it by building automated sales pages, emails, and all of those things. So that's the key thing about the profitable funnel retreat. So you can go to digitalcreatorship.com/PFR, or you check the pinned comment in this video if you're watching the replay to go and sign up. There's a payments plan of up to 15 payment plan. Then the final one is a one-off coaching. So you can send me a message and we'll do a one-on-one coaching, and I'll walk you through creating your roadmap. Because some people will still want to say, I beg, Lord, just come and help me. I beg, you have walked the path. Just come and help me. I don't have the time. Maybe I'm very busy. Or, oh, I need more clarity, personal clarity. You can also send me a DM and I'll tell you what to do in regards to that. So with that being said, thank you, everyone. I celebrate you. Go forth, go ye into the world and multiply. No more fixed mindset. Now we are working with abundance mindset and growth mindset. No more just writing it down. Now we are creating roadmaps and systemizing them. We are creating structures around this roadmap and systemizing them and holding ourselves accountable, right? If you need to get accountability partners, please do. But make sure that if you're getting an accountability partner, it is someone that their goals align with your goal. Don't go and force it down people's throats, right? I have a prayer accountability partner, but we didn't even just say let's be accountability partner. We were just talking that day and it just happened. And we just decided, and now we pray together and stuff. So you can have accountability partners for different areas of your life. For business, I have somebody that I go to that's my accountability partner in terms of business that hold me responsible and things like that. So you can have different accountability. It must not be official. It can just be, but just know that you are working with somebody that can help you to be consistent, and that's the most important thing. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of 2025, and we look forward to many more things that's going to be coming. Look forward to the Grow Conference coming up in June. I'm very excited, and I can't wait to see all of you in live and direct, right? All right, everyone. Please don't forget to share this video. Share it. Let it spread. Our goal for this video is that we should get up to 2,000 views. Let's get 2K views on this video. Let's take it upon ourselves as a mission now to get this video to 2,000 views. So share the link. Let people go and watch. Let people watch the video and learn about it. Don't hoard information, right? So I'll see you guys, and do have a lovely evening.